the boys. Chavez. Riedler got a toe to it. This is Michael Owen. And still Michael Owen. He's passed Albert. And Owen has scored an impudent goal. Heskey making a run inside him. It's still Heskey! Oh, I say!
Guppy's free kick, cleared. And back in by Muzzy, is it? You don't score many goals like that in a career, and he knows it.
And this is Froggatt for Coventry now, with a lot of space in front of him. Everton backpedaling. Oh, what a good effort, and what a fine goal by Stephen Froggatt.
Melker's got the option of Overmars. Melker goes back inside for Bergkamp, and back again for Anelka. And he overshot. Anelka's got some room. Bergkamp coming. Bergkamp scores, and a huge start for Anelka.
Williams. Huckabee with Doig trying to stay tight to him. This is where he can be so dangerous, Darren Huckabee. As Forrest seems to be finding out, and he's all the way through, and he scored! It's a hat-trick, and what a trick! Darren Anderton shoots from distance. Oh, Anderton! Rico. Ginola easily past the defender and past Blackmore, and round the Deo. Oh, that's a wondrous goal from a wonderful player. Vieira, careless pass. It's been picked up by Ryan Giggs. York has made a diagonal run, the support in the centre as well. But this is still Ryan Giggs, who's past Keown, past Dixon, and has scored a sensational goal! Bergkamp, good turn against Freund. This is Anelka. Parlour out on the right. Bergkamp's got Petit going through the centre, and it's Emmanuel Petit for Arsenal, and that is a fantastic goal.
Well, those are the top 10 as we see them, and you have to pick the top 3 to agree with the boys here. And the very best of luck to you. You will have noted that 2 of Martin O'Neill's players were in that top 10 as well. Now, it's Lazio 1, Real Mallorca here in the Cup Winners' Cup final, but let me give you the latest playoff scores. They're just as important. Ipswich Town 1, Bolton Wanderers 0. Matt Holland in 14 minutes, aggregate 1-1 at the moment. The Division 2 semi-final second leg, Gillingham 1, Preston 0. Hessenthaler in 2 minutes. It's Gillingham 2, Preston 1 overall. And Manchester City 1, Wigan 0. Sean Goater in 27 minutes. Manchester City 2, Wigan 1. Division 3 semi-final second leg. The kickoff was somewhat delayed, Rotherham and Leyton Orient, due to crowd congestion. It's 0-0 at the moment. That was an 8 o'clock kickoff. The others are 7:45. And Scunthorpe 1, Swansea 0. Andy Dawson in 2 minutes. Aggregate is 1-1. By the way, it's Cup final weekend, as you know, and if you missed the live action during the day, we will have the highlights for you on BBC One on Saturday night at 11:40. Well, there we are. I mean, you were talking about the goalkeeper, and we've been talking about Vieri. Let's have a look at some more of Vieri's action in that first half here, Alan.
I thought he was excellent in the first half. I mean, he holds up, so this is the ball into Salas. He just drags off, gets on his left foot. Decent hit. But I'll tell you what, that's another flap.
Martin, you're not happy with him.
Yeah. What else can I say? I have to agree with Alan in that one, you know.
It's a decent build-up, you know. He's got his...
I mean, think he and Salas combine well? I haven't seen too much of it.
I've only seen a lot of Salas. I think that Vieri's been the more prominent of the two.
Yeah.
It's interesting that there, because the Mallorca players, that considering they haven't conceded that many goals, just keep backing off.
Right.
They've got to go and get the challenge. You've got to go and get a challenge in there. Viera's 30 odd yards out. He must be closed down.
I think Salas has been all right outside the box. You know, I think his build-up play has been quite effective. He's linked well with the middle of the park. We just haven't seen him inside the box so far.
He's a better player than he's shown.
Yes, he was one of the players that was touted very much in the World Cup last year, wasn't it? And,
he's a better player than
they paid a fortune for him. Right, here's a Vieri header, and we thought there might have been a foul here.
Well, this is the only kick Mancini has got in the game. He's come outside to swing the ball in here. Again, I think Vieri, when he's there, I think when he sees it, he's coming a long way. I think when he's got there, I mean, he still climbs over the top of him, and it's fine, but when he's got there, his full head on the ball, I think he should score.
Now, there's one or two players that you boys and indeed Trevor aren't so happy with. Mancini, you don't like him, and neither does Trevor, apparently. You think he's strolling about the place for Lazio.
Well, considering Mancini has never heard of me, I personally think he was the most overrated footballer in Italian football, and he's played 500 games in Serie A. So I've got that one totally wrong.
Why don't you say what you think?
I'm in the minority of two, I think. It's myself and my brother. But at the end of it all, I'm telling you, he has not had a kick. If I was
That was a decent ball in there.
If I was
a decent ball in there.
Yeah, that was his first contribution to the game. And I tell you what now, he's 35 years of age. He's not going to run around in midfield. He's not going to get a kick. If I was Ngonga, I would go and get tighter on him a wee bit quicker, take it past him, score a goal, and get Ericsson to take him off.
It's nice to talk about players we are happy with. Here's another one we're unhappy with. Or you're unhappy with.
And wouldn't be the keeper, would it?
This would be the Argentinian goalkeeper.
Well, I mean, again, he's come 6-7 yards off his line, missed the ball completely and hits Vieri in the head. I mean, if you're playing in front of this, you've got problems. Why is he coming in the first place?
But you know, when we've seen him before in this season, and I think against Chelsea, he looked a bit more secure than this, didn't he?
In the first leg at Stamford Bridge, I thought he was all over the place. When it came past him quickly in the air.
Yeah.
He has been nervous, there's no doubt about it.
This is unbelievable. I mean, what is that?
Mr. Ferguson making entirely different plans at this stage if he was ever down that road. It's only the newspapers that seem to think that he might have been.
I just think if he's deciding to punch now, he might as well try and punch it to the halfway line.
That's not punch. That's a sort of... What is it?
Yeah.
It's volleyball, that is.
Right.
Now, say at half-time, you're in the dressing room, you just say, right, hey, get the ball wide, ping it and run about his head, because that's the way we're going to get success. No doubt about it.
Real had a break. And again, Dani was involved.
I think that the movement here was terrific. Biagini gets here, he just, as Trevor says, the reverse pass, Dani's in, and he just doesn't see it. But every time they break and break quickly, they cause problems.
There's still dangers. Gongo wins that ball. Alan's absolutely right. It's just the little, it's the little 1-2, as it were. And he just doesn't see it, Dani. But he might make up for it in the second half. You just get the impression there that Mallorca are actually stronger side, and they might come better in the second. I just feel if I was their coach, I'd tell them to squeeze up a wee bit further up the field.
Yeah,
I think Lazio will win. I mean, if you've got a weakness
favourites
in goals
by a street, weren't they, Lazio? So
okay, considering his record this season, I'll go for Mallorca.
Fair enough. That'll do for us.
I made a mistake during match of the day one night when I said he was a decent manager. Did you? That was another mistake.
Well, you could be wrong again.
Well, who knows?
Absolutely. Right, let's go back to Trevor and